Hello, my friends. We are here with Mr. Vivien Whyte, which is the president of the European Union of Justice's Clerk, European Union of Rechtslegger, which is the name of this organization. It's a international European organization which has affiliated a quite important number of association and trade unions from all over the Europe, which are working in the justice system. Mr. Vivien Whyte is here at the European Economic and Social Committee to have a discussion with our colleague Jose Antonio Moreno Diaz, which is responsible for the group on human rights and rule of law. And I will let Vivien to explain you what was the purpose of his meeting today here in Brussels at the European Economic and Social Committee headquarters. Vivien?
Thank you very much, Dumitru. Thank you for organizing this visit here today at EESC. It's always great to be back. So many things happening here. It was great to meet with Mr. Moreno Diaz, who, as you said, chairs the group on fundamental rights and rule of law. These are two areas which concern us, court clerks and court staff in general, very directly, because these are two areas where we can have a significant impact. And indeed, we are the cornerstone of the good functioning of justice systems, and also the cornerstone of implementation of European Union law in the member states. So his work, his group's work, will consist of study visits in several countries, to which we hope to be able to participate in some way, to contribute at least. And he will also present a report on their findings. Hopefully he can present this report also at our next Congress, which will take place in Lisbon in November. So we agreed with him that we would stay in contact and try to work together on these issues. We also discussed the situation in several European countries, including Romania, with worrying news about discrimination in the payment of salaries. So it is indeed a topic that we have to address. There are several issues like that in various European countries. Actually, a lot of our colleagues are claiming higher salaries that are in proportion with their responsibilities, which have been increasing over time. Our role is very important today. We're at really a turn in Europe. We have elections coming soon, and the political context is worrying. The court staff must take their role, must take their place in the discussions, and make sure that European institutions and also national institutions in all our countries be aware of what we do, and that we can support them. We can really support them in progressing in the areas of fundamental rights and rule of law. We have an expertise to provide. We can provide support, information, a whole network of NGOs all over Europe. And we can also support, of course, our colleagues in the member states concerned by addressing directly their worries with their governments and with their European institutions.
Regarding this European idea of a European single justice space, which seems to be more utopic idea these days when we saw what is happening in Europe. How do you think your organization can contribute to enforce this debate, and what role for the European Economic and Social Committee, and what kind of relation with the European Parliament and European Commission?
That's a very good question, thank you. Well, the common European justice system, justice area, is essential, we can say, is essential to the common market. The common market, which is one of the goals of the European Union, will not function if the European area of justice is not strong. And this European area of justice cannot function itself without the Rechtslegger, without the court staff, without the greffier. We are really, as I said before, the cornerstone of this system. And we work already in many countries on European judicial cooperation instruments. European payment orders, for example, We are also following closely what is going on with the European Land Registry, which is very interesting. Imagine if we had in Europe similar professions with similar competences in European judicial cooperation. It would make everything much more efficient, and it would improve the quality of the service for the citizens. And so as you can see, the functioning of justice and the functioning of the economy of the common market, everything is very much tied together. For one to work, the other must work as well. And EESC has understood that very well. I've been in contact with also with President Metzler to discuss these issues, and we hope to make some progress in terms of visibility of our professions, especially of their role in protecting the rule of law. As regards other institutions, we are in constant contact with the European Commission, DG Justice, to help, to provide some support, some expertise on these issues, and to try to make them see the interest of our professions, how useful we are. Because we are very useful, and we just don't know how to show it.
Finally, in our interview, as a Romanian member of the European Economic and Social Committee, I want to thank you because you manifested your solidarity related to the situation we have in Romania with discrimination in payments between different courts based on territorial disposition of this. What do you think we can do? Now we have, in this context, the Romanian presidency of the the Council of the European Union. I think Romania has to lead by example. So do you think it will be possible for your organization to send clear signals, even written signals towards the Romanian government and Romanian Commission that the situation of the court staff has to be more seriously taken into consideration in the state reports, which are for each country reports they are called, and also in the legislative process, because it seems that this kind of stuff, it's neglected, and now we need to have an external signal that something has to be done in order to ensure the efficiency and the functionality of the system on the decent basis, with decent work in this courts, with avoiding to have the weakest link in the case of this staff court. What do you think? Indeed, absolutely. We are always willing to support our colleagues who need it. I have done it before, and I will keep doing it. Of course, such situations must be addressed, and it is our role, it is one of our goals to provide the support of all the colleagues in all our member countries to the ones who need it, and I'll be more than happy to do it, of course. Thank you very much, Mr. Whyte. Thank Vivien. You. Thank you. And we very much appreciate your friendship and your involvement in the national and European matters related to the justice system. It's my pleasure. Thank you very much. All the best. Thank you.